I'm going to share something with you guys here about California. This is cover up my name. Have your voice heard, defend our way of life, protect our future, vote to establish the California Cattle Council. Cattle producers, both beef and dairy, face continual threats by radical activists who don't understand our way of life, and even worse, want to put us out of business. You'll have the opportunity to defend your way of life by casting your vote in favor of establishing the California Cattle Council. With your support, the Cattle Council will put power back into the hands of the ranchers who for far too long have had their, it just says defend our way of life, protect our future, establish the Cattle Council. Okay. The California Cattle Council's sole purpose will be to strengthen our cattle industry and ensure our ranching heritage remains in our hands. Now, I'm speculating, okay? But in my experience here in California, I'm going to handle this one way. What they're trying to get me to do is vote on this thing because I have cattle. I raise cattle, sell cattle, all this kind of thing. And the way they fund this is every time you sell an animal, it's $1. It's a tax on the sale, a revenue that comes in out of the stockyards. I take my stuff to the stockyards. Every animal I sell, $1 goes to this cattle council. So it does cost. May not seem like much, but that's what that is. Let me point. It sounds really good, but remember, we're in California. To all California cattle producers, that's the California Department of Food and Ag. Okay, that's the State Department. I don't think that's a state thing, not a federal thing. Yeah, the California Department of Food and Ag. That's who's putting this together. Okay, this is not a group of ranchers, property owners, grazers, feedlot guys. You know what? We're getting clobbered here in the state of California. We need to come together, get some kind of group going, and so we can lobby and try to do something to change the government. That's not what this is. Okay, it sounds like it. It sounds like they're share our values and all this kind of thing. The California Department of Food and Ag is conducting a referendum of the California cattle producers to determine if the proposed California Cattle Council should become operative. The statutory authority of this program, let's see here. This was enacted into law January 1st, 2019, SB 965, blah, 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 blah. There was something here I wanted to show you. Let's see, where is it? Anyhow, the first sign is from the California Department of Ag. Okay. Now, mind you, we've been a supermajority here for a long time. It's been a Democrat, liberal-run state forever, so it seems. It says here this council. The operations of the council would be directed by 11 members and 11 alternates appointed by the department. Once again, this is a group of cattle guys. We all got together, and people in the industry, and we're going to get a group and build this team and try to turn people's, try to market and, all the... No. This is a group of people selected, appointed by the California Department of Agriculture. California. Okay, and still you're thinking, oh, this can't be that big a deal, seller. So it's a department consisting of 3 range cattle producers, 3 cattle feeders, that's guy with feedlots, 3 dairy producers, 1 processor, and 1 public member. Appointments of the council would be based on industry nominations that would reflect the diversity of California's cattle industry. That part I'm not too clear on, but here's what they do out here. Like I said, I'm speculating. I could be wrong on this, but they've done it before. Let's say you're in the industry. First of all, I'm in the beef industry. I'm not in the dairy industry. I do not want to be aligned with the dairy industry. Okay, nothing against them personally. They're good people. I know plenty of dairy guys. But they have so many issues with environmentalism, regulation. They're subsidized by the government and all this kind of stuff. And so they get a lot of the attacks from environmentalism is really directed to issues created by the dairy industry. I'm a beef producer, okay? I don't bring that's not my problem. That's not my issue. It's PETA might not like me or whatever the case is, or the environmentalists don't want me up in the hills with my cows grazing or whatever. But most of the stuff that you hear about, the negativity of beef is from the dairy side. Do not align me with these people. Okay, my gripe there. They're good people, but their industry has their issues that aren't mine. I should not be blamed for this. Anyhow, so this kind of thing here, they come at you. This is a Trojan horse. They come at you under this cloak that it's your people, they're ranchers like you or farmers like you, and they got your values, and we're all under attack, and we got to get together so our voices can be heard, and yada yada, this kind of thing. Typically what will happen, this has happened in California in the past, in other industries, they'll take those 11 appointed people that are peers from your industry, and they're all liberals. we passed the thing, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, where they said, you know what, cooler heads will prevail. We know we have a water problem here in the state. We need to put together a council. We actually voted on this. Put together a group of people who are experts in this, and agriculture people and all this. We need to decide where we need to put new dams and maybe take out some of the old ones or rebuild them. They called it the Water Something Act. But finally, we're going to get some dams to trap all this water. Here I am in February. The hills are loaded with snow. The ditch is running right now. We got water going out to the ocean right now because we don't have enough room to store the water that's coming come spring. So they put this group together, these appointed individuals appointed by the government, and they were going to finally take care of this. You know, we need to build some water storage. We need to maybe repair some other places or take some down that aren't. What have they done? They took a bunch of dams down. They've not built one dam. And we've paid big money for this thing. Because it's just a bunch of liberal environmentalists up there under the disguise that, oh, they're peers of yours. And, you know, they give this idea, oh, yeah, they're a bunch of liberals. And as they said, there's been all these, we should have a dam here, we should have a dam there, we got the Temperance Flat Project, this, that. Well, yeah, we looked at those. Yeah, that's not feasible. But we know some that we're going to tear down, so they've taken those out. So we've gained nothing from it. So I don't get involved in this kind of thing. Matter of fact, I'm going to vote against it because this is going to be another deal. I don't know who the people are that they're going to appoint. Yeah, they could be ranchers or whatever. That's no guarantee that they are, you know, either for the system or against the system. See, they stack the deck. That's the point I'm trying to make. They come at you like, oh, this is your people. We're peers of yours, and you want your voice heard. We have the same values. And then they stack the deck with a bunch of liberal environmentalists, and you're paying for this thing that's your enemy. You are funding this thing that's going to go out of its way to make life hard on you. But you know, it'll all revolve around environmentalism. But that's how they do things in California. Very sneaky. You know, I fell for these things a couple, 2-3 times. Not anymore. Not that I can stop it. This will probably happen. And if people will look at this, yeah, cattle ranchers, we need to have our voices heard. And they'll put 11 liberal environmentalists who now help create policy for them. How do you think that's going to work out? Trojan horse. I remember years ago, I got time. Years ago, back in 2000, 2001, they came to us. We acquired another ranch and all their equipment. It's in Tulare. We brought all the equipment back to Fresno, where we're going to maintain a lot of this and that. So we had all this excess used oil. We're changing oils, repairing machinery, this and that. And I want to do everything right, so we call used oil guys to pick up your used oil. I say, hey, for us to pick up your oil, you need to get with this program with the state, but it's free. Don't worry about it. You got to get an ID number, an environmental ID number, and they'll come pick all your stuff up for free. Oh, great. So I called them up. They said, yeah, we'll pick it up for free, but you have to build this little area, a containment area to put all your used oil. So if anything happens, the oil doesn't spill, get into the ground, you know. You got to build this thing, this little hut. It did all that. And because we had over 100 gallons of used oil annually. That's why I signed on to that thing. The first year was free. The second year, they started charging for it. Okay, I'm trying to do the right thing, be green and all that. Then I started getting inspections by the fire department. It cost me 20 bucks every time they come out. Then I got the water guys coming out. Then I got the air guys coming out. Every time they come out and they want to inspect, then they make, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, blah, blah, blah. And it's costing me 15, 20 bucks every time these guys come out. Then I got to change stuff, build this thing, do all that. Meanwhile, the guy across the street from me has the same operation. And he was, I think he took his oil in to like a Pep Boys or something like that. A little bit at a time. He's not getting, he didn't have to build anything. He's not, he's recycling his oil because he takes it somewhere. He doesn't have an environmental ID. He's not being inspected by the water guys, the air guys, the fire department, and he's not picking up all these extra expenses and demands and regulations, but I am. So I go and I asked him, I said, dude, I'm getting clobbered on this thing. He says, yeah, I know you are because you signed up for it. I said, what do you mean? He goes, you want to do the right thing and you went and signed up for this thing. They told you it was free in the beginning, which it was, but now your name's on the list. You're one of these patsies that signed his name, said, come check me out. And sure enough, everybody, these guys need revenue, fire department, all that. They show up, they look around, fix that, change this, give me 20 bucks. It's not, you have to write a check for these people, but it's a shakedown. And so I contacted the environmental agency. He said, hey, what do I got to get out of this? Well, you have over 100 gallons of, or 50 gallons of used oil every year. I said, so if I'm under that, I'm good, right? I said, okay. I moved all the equipment back to Tulare, which did not have this program. And we no longer have that. Now, every year when they send me this renewal, which you have to pay for, if you have less than so many gallons a year, check this box and you're no longer, you go back to your old status, which is exactly what I did. Because it's just ridiculous. So now, are we recycling our oil? Yeah, we just take it by hand to an outfit that takes it and got our name off the list. Now we're back to not being hassled. But that's how California works. And like I said, if you got a lot of people from California moving out to your place, they bring this stuff with them. It's not a left or right thing. It's just an attitude. But there's always, anytime someone says, hey, we're going to cure this, we're going to fix that, we're going to take whatever problem there is, you've always got to look at it. This is a Trojan horse. What's behind this? What are they really after? Because 9 out of 10 times, it's just another dishonest grab for your liberty, your property, your money, or whatever. Anyhow, I'll shut up. That's California. Love you. God bless.